Good morning. Welcome back to the garden. Today is Saturday, April 8th, and you know what that means. We're going to do a quick review of this garden, then we're going to go to you and we're going to celebrate what's going on in your garden. If you're new to my channel, you're in for a real treat. Today we've got submissions all the way from Florida to Nova Scotia. This morning's such a beautiful morning I'm itching to plant, but our long-term forecast still says we got an Arctic blast coming sometime around the 19th. So I'm not going to take any of the tender plants out of the greenhouse. Now the first thing on the agenda this morning is going to be a road trip. Let's go get some mulch. Come on. Just like that, we've got a load of mulch. While I go ahead and start unloading this, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of our friends and neighbors around the world, see what they're doing in their gardens. Mike and Linda's Deep Mulch Garden Zone 8 is well on its way. You are such a testament to the deep mulch. Just look at those carrots. Wow, that's incredible. Thank you, and we look forward to many weeks of fantastic harvests. Walter still has a couple weeks of potential frost, so he just started his favorite seeds. Great way to label these. Thank you for the wonderful idea. We can't wait to see your garden, Walter. Oh, those are terrific. I invite you to become a member of this community. You don't have to do anything. Just send me a couple photos at waylandsmalley5@gmail.com and we can help celebrate what's going on in your garden. I guarantee you all of the gardeners would love to see what you're doing in your garden. This greenhouse is warm. Check out the tomatoes. Now I know we have a couple different varieties in here. Oh, look at this. It's a moringa tree. Thinking of moringa, let's go on down to Florida and see what Bruce is doing in his garden. Bruce's food forest is now bearing a nice spring harvest. Softball-sized onions? Now that's bananas. Pun intended. Again, this is why we do it. It tastes great. Thank you, Bruce. Bruce, that's incredible, and it gives us something to shoot for. Bruce has been a long-time member of this group, and he's got a moringa store. If you're interested, I've got the link in the description box below. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more. Nathan's North Alabama Deep Mulch Garden has taken off nicely. Everything looks very tasty. Thank you, Nathan, for sharing, and we look forward to seeing how this grows out this year. Denise's herbs and containers are coming along nicely. It doesn't help when the dog walks across your seed trays, though. It's happened here more than once. Your standing raised beds look great. Denise, I believe you've added a few. Thank you for the great ideas. Weren't those incredible? Leave a comment down below and let everybody know just how much you appreciate them sharing what's going on in their garden. And if you hit the like button, it would allow YouTube to push this out to more people that might be interested. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more. Rick's deep mulch potatoes and lettuce are doing great. Rick, you'll be ready to plant out your entire garden as soon as you pass the last frost date. Everything looks healthy and is growing nicely. Thank you, Rick. Now you can tell all the hard work our friends and neighbors put into their gardens, and this is a safe place to share what you're doing at your house. And this is where we get ideas. This is where we get inspiration. And this is where we get motivation. For right now, I'm just putting this mulch down 4 inches thick right around this walkway. It will get mixed in and we will plant in there. I did go ahead and treat underneath this with some castor oil. We're gonna make sure those voles stay out of the garden this year. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one while I get a few more loads out here. Larry starts us off with a wonderful Gerber daisy. Your container lettuce is doubled. And your ground peas, they're starting to climb. The spinach, the beans, the buckets of potatoes look fantastic. I am in awe of how many blueberries you have set already. Thank you, Larry. This is great. Those were excellent, and I sure do appreciate you sharing what's going on in your garden. I did get a really good question. One of the viewers was concerned about rocks in the garden, whether they should sieve them out. Well, that's an awful lot of work. And from what I understand about the living soil, the earth is made up of rocks. It's sand, silt, and clay, just different sizes. I'd say, depending on just how many rocks you have and how big they are, what I normally do is when I'm putting a hole in for a plant, if I run into a rock, I pull it up and toss it back out into the deep mulch. The rocks, the sand, silt, and clay, that's what the life breaks down to provide nutrients for your plants. So I can't see how it's bad to have them in your garden unless they get in the way of the plants growing. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one of our friends. Valerie, are you sure you have enough containers for all those wonderful sweet potato slips? Carrot tops and basil pesto, wow. And what is that? Has anybody ever said you can't have enough beets? That is why we do it, because it tastes great. The rest of your garden is spectacular. I can't wait to see those lotus bloom. Thank you, Valerie, for the great ideas. Well, there you go, 4 inches thicker. This walkway, we'll churn this up as we make rows across here, but for right now, this'll do. You can do this too. I know, you want to see whether or not everything survived the frost. Well, check this out. Some of the potatoes made it through the frost. So did our lettuce. The indeterminate potato has started to come up, and I did dig. And there are some more coming up in the middle, so we will be able to see if the tower system works. And the carrots we planted in December, they didn't even know it got cold. The Asian greens and my purple lettuce came through with flying colors. You know, we planted this Swiss chard in the summer last year. It made it all the way through winter. We've been eating right off of it. Swiss chard is one of the easier plants to grow. Right across here, our beets, our cabbage, our cilantro. We've got kohlrabi, and we got leeks down in there. They're all doing fine. The cold frames are doing exceptionally well. We got about 10 days, 15 days, and I can take this thing apart. We're gonna have one more polar blast. I wanna be able to cover these up. They've been doing so well, I don't wanna lose them. Now, if I was a little younger, I'd go get another load. That'll be for another day. You can do this too. And remember, until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.